Is there a doctor in the house? Oh.
Hey! What's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Ocular Max Medicus. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging right up front. Here we have some lovely artwork of a Medicus. His name is Medicus. He is a doctor. Up top, we have Medicus. On the side, we have Medicus. On the other side, Medicus. On the bottom, Maximus Pro, Defense Titan, silhouettes, barcodes on the back of the box. You have some obligatory product shots, and you have a very G1 tech spec card with a bio if you want to read it. And as always, you do get the little cool G1 tech spec decoder, which is always a nice little touch. And that's basically it for the packaging. Also included is a collector's card with a nice image there of Medicus. And on the back, you have the same bio, you have the same tech specs, hooray for cards. And moving right along, here we have Medicus, the first component of Ocular Max's Maximus Pro, their take on Defensor. And here is their take on First Aid. So yeah, we're getting some protective bots, and this is part of their all built-in line, just like the Bruticus they put out a while ago. This is an all built-in combiner, which means no parts forming except for the parts forming involved with putting a combiner together, but majority no parts forming. Even though combiners are parts formers by nature, but you get it. But here he is in his robot mode, which looks quite good, in my opinion. Nice and G1-y, nice and cartoony. Do quite dig him. But let's get in close here so we can take a look, not at his belly, at his noggin. There's his noggin. But yeah, really nicely done head sculpt, like the metallic paint they use there for the visor. It's got the red and white there, but really nice cartoony head sculpt there. And it's got the different shades of red going on there, and white. But, you know, First Aid wasn't the most colorful bots. No, really, most of the protective bots aren't the most colorful bots anyway, so yeah, it works out pretty well. Emergency, he has emergency legs. The legs are pretty big. The legs are pretty blocky, but since they are just the backs of the ambulance, it's fine. Got little toesies. And moving up the back, you can see it is a very clean transformation here. Everything compacts up pretty well. All in all, I think it looks quite good. Now, as far as articulation goes, the head is on a ball joint. You have your wiggly waggly. The neck is on a hinge for transformation, so you can totally do squirrel. You can totally do that. You can look down a bit. Head can do a full 360. Arms can do a full 360. They can move in and out at this hinge right here. You also have this transformation hinge. You can have those arms going all the way up. Do what you want there. One thing that's a little annoying is that this section here doesn't actually lock in anywhere, so you can just kind of move things around a little bit more than I would like. I wish there was an actual locking point for that, but it is what it is. Yeah, bicep rotation. You do have a double jointed elbow, so you have a nice full range of movement there. You have wrist rotation. The thumb is on a ball joint at the base, and each finger is just a hinge at the base. But you do have individually hinged fingers. You do have waist rotation. You also have an ab crunch. You can move these little skirt pieces out of the way to accommodate the leg movement. Move the butt plate out of the way also. Legs can move forward, that far, back, that far, outward. You can do the full splits. You have thigh rotation. You have 90 degrees of bend at the knee. As far as the feet go, the toes can move up a little bit, can move down a lot, and you have lots of ankle tiltage. Now, as far as accessories go, he just includes one. This is little pistol, and it's a very little pistol here. Just done all in black with very minimalistic detailing here. And, you know, since First Aid is, he's a doctor, not a fighter, you can always say it's like a welding gun or something. Yeah, you can make it work. But just put that in his hand. There's a little notch for it to sit in. in here if the camera will focus. There we go. You see his little notch for it to sit in. It actually, there's no friction here, but his fingers are on nice snug joints, so once you wrap his fingers around it, like, he's not dropping that. He does hold that very securely. You can pew pew bang bang, or, you know, weld, whatever you want to do. Whatever you want your first aid to do. So, there you have that. And now for comparison. Here he is with the Generation Toy First Aid. So you can see how that works out. Obviously, the Ocular Max one is more G1 cartoony. This, I always call it a more IDW Protect-A-Bot set. But, you know, hey, different strokes for different folks. Here it is with Ocular Max's Swindle. So you can see how it scales with their other all built-in combiner. Here he is with Masterpiece Ratchet. So you can see how the two Medicus here look side by side. And here he is with MP44 Optimus Prime. And no, I don't own G1 Protect-A-Bots, so sorry. No precious comparison this time around, but there you go. So that is basically it for the robot mode. So let's get down to transformation, shall we? Let's. So, to get him into alt mode, what we're going to do is, first thing is we're going to take these wheels on his chest here and just shift those downward like so. You can see it just click right into place. Now as far as the arms, we're going to open up this panel here, take the fist, flip that in, and then close that up. Then we're going to come back here to this panel here on his forearm and get this out. And this one's a little bit of a pain in the butt to get out. There we go. Get that open, and then you're going to bring the elbow up, and this panel will tab into the slot right here in the shoulder, like that. There you go. Second vest, just like the first. Just open that up, flip the hand in, close that up, open up this panel here, collapse up the arm, tab that in. There you go. So next thing you're going to do is you're going to take the head and bring it all the way back. So you just kind of grab hold of these tabs here, open that up, tuck the head down, and this will come up and over his head like so. Then you just bring the arms up. So now let's work on the back here. So we just take this whole front bumper section, just raise that up, take the windshield, bring that down, and then we're going to bring these side sections out. You gotta flip out these windows here. And here is where your weapon storage is. You can put it in either side, but bring in the little pistol or welding gun, whatever you want to call it, and this will just tuck right into that opening right there, and that's your weapon storage. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that clever? But now we just bring this out, grab this whole section here, flip that out. These panels here will just rotate forward, and then you want to flip these out as far as they will go, like that. And once you've done that, you're going to bring the arms all the way up on this hinge here, then rotate them 180, bring that up, rotate, and then you're just going to swing the arms in. It helps if you engage the waist joint here, the ab crunch, and bring that in, and that will just tab in like so, and then you have a little tab that will go right into that little roof section there, like that. Same thing the other side, second verse is like the first, just swing that in, tab that in, and you can just bring down the sides of the light bar, and there you go. So the doors, they're on a double hinge here, so just kind of wiggle them down, and they will tab in right here on either side, like that. Actually, before we do that, we can take this and bring all this down. And you have little tabs that will go into this little slot right up in here. Just line that up. That will snap into place. And we can do the other side here. Just make sure all that gets tabbed in. Like so. There we go. So now all of this, you just want to accordion up, literally. Just fold it all up like that. That would just all collapse down. And there is your windshield. And there is the front of the ambulance there. So now for the legs, what we're going to do is we're going to open this panel up, flip this panel down. You want to come here, we're going to undo this whole front section here, so just grab a hold and just kind of give it a little wiggly, wiggly, wiggly. You want to pull it forward like that, so you can swing that out. And once you've done that, this whole side section here is tabbed in, so you basically just want to pop this outward like so, and then that will allow you to extend all this down like that. So once you've done that, you can take this entire section here, rotate it 180 like that. Then you want to take the combined mode hand, you can see it tucked in there. You're just going to rotate it out. You're going to bring the hands up, just kind of bring those fingers out like that. Now the side here with the thumb, what you're going to do is you're going to bring this out and you want to fold the thumb down at both of the hinges. And this top one is really tight. Yeah, there we go. And then just rotate it in like that. And that's how you want that sitting. So once you've done that, you can bring this panel in, flip into toes, then all this will come in and you have these two tabs which will go into these two slots right here. So just bring that in and then you can compress that back down and make sure that this gets tabbed in where it's supposed to, like that. And then you're going to swing this back in and the fingers will just sit right in here like so. And then once you've done that, you can just tab all of this together like so, and then close that panel up. Once you've done that, you want to shift the thigh inward right here so it sits like that, and then the leg you will collapse up on this double hinge, and that will sit there like so. Now you have one leg all done. Second pass is almost like the first. So you're gonna open this up, flip that down, again, give all this little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. So you can pull all this up so you can swing it out. You can swing this in now if you want. Flip that in. Then untab this whole side section here so you can extend the leg like so. Rotate all of this around. Swing out the hand. Now obviously on this side you don't have the thumb, so you just kind of extend the fingers out like that. Put that in. Tab that all in. Compress it all back down. Swing the hand in. Get all of this. Tab back in. Flip that up. Shift in the thigh there, and then collapse all this up, and all of this will tab together, get all nice and squozen. You get little tabs and slots up here as well, so get that all situated, get all nice and squozen like, and there you go. There you have Medicus in his alt. No, he doesn't spin too well. Rubber tires, but there he is in his alt mode. And he's a nice little ambulance. Comes together quite nicely in my opinion. Looks quite good. But let's get in close here so we can take a look at the details. You can see those front headlights there, done in a nice gunmetal gray. You got some black, some yellow. The front windshield done in a frosted transparent plastic there with the black trim. The side view mirrors are rubber, so you don't have to worry about breaking them. You can see they have some silver paint on them as well. The rims done in that gunmetal gray. You got emergency going down the side. Got the light bar done in the transparent red. You can see these back windows here are just painted with the black trim. Same thing with the back windshield. Again, make sure everything's nice and squozen. But you also have that license plate section there, and that gunmetal gray with some yellow. And there is the top. There is the bottom. You do have rubber tires. He rolls kind of like rolling things should. The wheels are pretty snug on my copy, so he doesn't roll all that smoothly. As you can see, it's kind of a labored roll here, but hey, it rolls kinda, sorta. Kinda, sorta. And for comparison, here he is with MP10. Same size as MP44 in truck mode, and hey, it's one less thing for me to transform. Here he is with Masterpiece Ratchet. And here he is with the Generation Toy First Aid. So, there you go. So that is basically it for the ambulance mode. So let's get down to transformation again, shall we? You can't spin from there. So now let's get down to combine mode. So to get him into arm mode, pretty much all the transformation is going to happen back here. So you're just going to split all of this, untab all of this, and just extend those legs down. You're going to take this panel here and bring it up. That will tab in right there to lock that in place. You're going to open up this panel. You're going to swing out the hands, and you have a little tab that will go in here to lock that back into place. Then you just bring this hinge down, just extend those fingers, close that back up, and you are good to go. Second verse is almost just like the first. So again, just extend all that, bring this panel up, tab it in, bring that down, and just kind of untab that, flip out the other half of the hand, tab that back in. Now this side you have to deal with the thumb, so just get the thumb extended like so. That hinges really tight on mine. There we go. Send that, then just bring the fingers down, close that back up, and then you just plug all of this back together. Make sure those thighs tab together as well. Tab the hand together like that. And then you're going to rotate the waist. You have this hinge facing forward, and then rotate the forearm like that. And last thing you want to do is just bring out this little windshield here. You can bring that out if you want to. If you don't like the way it looks, you can always leave it down, but officially that should be up like that. And we're almost done. Now to bring out the combiner peg, you want to flip up this little panel here, and what you're going to do is you're going to engage the ab crunch, just bring it down as far as it'll go, and then when you pull it back, that combiner peg will just come up with it, and you can just pull it down a little bit more so you can close that back up. And there is your combiner peg. That's pretty clever. Nice how that works. And there you go. There you have Medicus in his combine mode, and that sure is an arm. That sure is an arm. And just like with their Bruticus, I am pretty impressed with the fact that, you know, even though the hand is made up of two halves, you still have some wrist rotation here. Not a lot, obviously you're not going to get full wrist rotation, but you still get some kind of rotation going on here, and you get the finger articulation. We'll go over all the articulation when we review the full combine mode, but yeah, it's a pretty good looking arm there. Good looking arm. So, yay, hooray, hooray for arms. So, there you go. So there you have Medicus, and yeah, a very nicely done figure by Ocular. Max, I'm really looking forward to seeing how this whole combiner shapes up. As far as Medicus goes, like I said, really nicely done. The robot mode looks good, the alt mode looks good, the combine mode looks good, the transformation works very well. A little bit of fiddle factor here and there, but all in all, it works quite smoothly, pretty enjoyable to mess with. Just a really good quality piece, looks great, feels great, just all in all, a solid figure here. Very, very pleased. Like I said, can't wait to see how this whole combiner turns out. So, There you go! Now, if you would like this or any of Ocular Max's other offerings, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There'll be a link in the description down below, so you can check that out. You can also check out the Maximus Pro playlist for this and all future reviews, also linked in the description down below, so you can check that out as well. And I think that's it, so don't forget to check out EmGo's, check out Love Peace Paranormal, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below, and I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So, there is the Ocular Max Medicus, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud, palm in your face. Come on, First Aid. I need you to help the cause. We need more warriors out there. I told you, Prime. I'm not a fighter. Oh, yeah? Well, what if I do this? What are you doing? Not touching you. Stop it. I'm not touching you. Stop it. Not touching you. Quit it. Quit what? I'm not touching you. No, seriously, Prime, stop it. I'm not touching you. Not touching you. Stop it. Not touching you. Stop it! You know, for not being a fighter, you have a short temper.